It's an absurd goal for an absurd hobby. Bring a radio with you to the top of a mountain and make contacts. But it can't just be any radio. It has to be a special radio that you have to get a license to use. Record the contacts you make on some obscure website in the United Kingdom, and if you make 4 in the same day, that website will grant you a certain number of points tied to the elevation and location of your summit. Do this enough, and when the counter rolls over 1,000 points, that website tells you that you have earned your Sotagoat award. After 3.5 years of driving up terrible dirt roads and bushwhacking my way to summits, I was 3 points away from my mountain goat. Today, I had my sights set on a summit worth 4 points in the Gifford Pinchot National Forest, a remote outback forest located in southwest Washington state in the Pacific Northwest, just about 30 miles or so from Portland, Oregon. By the standards of summits on the air, this one's considered easy because it's a drive up, but just because you don't have to walk doesn't make it genuinely easy. Nothing is easy in the Gifford Pinchot. The roads here are notoriously bad, and for this trip we enlisted Corey's lifted 4x4 to get us to the top, as these tracks just barely cling to bare mountainsides with nowhere to go, and you kind of hope you don't encounter anybody going the other way because they're literally only wide enough for one car. But the views on the way up do provide a reward for the peril. We could see to our south, over the Columbia River Gorge, that a squall looked to be troubling Mount Hood, and we considered ourselves no strangers to good fortune that we'd escaped that weather, as we had made the decision to go boldly and bring a maximalist station to this momentous occasion. I assure you that a folding table and a 100-watt HF radio with an 80-watt VHF amplifier and a 4-element tripod-mounted Yagi are not standard practice on a SOTA activation, and it is not something we would have tried if we weren't mere feet from a vehicle. But special occasions call for grand gestures, and Corey wanted to help me make this a big deal, so here we were, setting up so much equipment that when another group of folks showed up in their car, they didn't even get out and just went back down the hill, perhaps intimidated by our operation, thinking that something important must have been going on up here. The downside of setting up a 50-foot antenna mast on a 4,300-foot elevation summit is that you're vulnerable to the weather, and we were crossing our fingers that the weather forecast was correct and that the lightning storms in the Willamette Valley would remain in the Willamette Valley 40 miles to the south. Well, that was a lot of work to get there, but we're almost ready to QRV. Just got to do, I'm going to use this fine German engineering of a Bama key. Oh, cool. Got this. It's a nice little Bama key that Corey brought. I'm going to plug this into the IC705. IC705 is plugged into an amplifier. So I think I'll start on 144.199 for CW. Dude, N7KOM is at 70614. 7 minutes ago. Hold on, I'm not gonna chase people right now. This is my mountain goat. I'm not doing any chasing. Oh. Okay.
Fine.
Ooh. Whiskey Juliet 7, it's Bill.
Yep.
Is that W7W or W7O?
W7W.
Oh. Oh, it's Mike. It's Brian.
Wow.
She's 5'1", but whatever.
And 7 what?
K7AMM.
He's Kwong shinging it.
RM. I'll just find that on Curiosity later. Kilo Delta 7 Quebec Oscar Whiskey CQ Soda.
And 7 LKL, November 7 Lima Kilo Lima.
November 7 Lima Kilo Lima. You are a 5'9" on Lookout Mountain.
Great, you're a 5'7" in Charlie, November 85 Papa Mike, CN 85 PM. And your call sign again, please?
Copy the CN 85 PM. Call sign is Kilo Delta 7 Quebec Oscar Whiskey, and stand by for second operator.
Okay.
And 7 LKL, this is KD7LX.
All right, that's Mountain Goat.
Yep.
Okay, I just got to document this. This is, we didn't have a choke for the random wire antenna, but we did have 75 feet of coax. So this is our very ugly choke that we came up with, that we improvised. How's it working over there?
So far, so good.
Didn't get bit?
Is it frequency in use? KD7LX.
All right, so let's get this on the tripod. We're gonna go ahead and put this activation to bed now. Kilo Delta 7 Quebec Oscar Whiskey CQ Soda.
Summit to summit.
Summit to summit, go ahead. Summit to summit, try again. November 7, Kilo Oscar Mike. Hey there, Tim. I've got you at about a 2222, over. November 7, Kilo Oscar Mike, 22. November 7, Kilo Oscar Mike, 2222, over. QSO, thanks a lot, Tim. Baz. I'm going to assume it's something had to do with the Mountain Goat. Anyway, you're fading out. Lots of QSB. Thanks in 7-3. So it worked. The ugly choke worked, and we activated on HF, but 40 meters just wasn't really open for us over here. I got told by people over the Slack channel that there were people trying to summit chase us on 40 meters, but it just wasn't happening. I could barely hear N7KOM on single sideband 40 meters, and then I could copy some people better on 40 meter CW, but it just wasn't quite making the trip. But that's all right. It kind of happens this time of year. What is it? It's May now. Yeah, it's May 2nd, so it's the beginning of the doldrums, but I just got my Sotagoat, so I don't care. Bah, bah. Sotagoat. Cool. All right, we're there, 1,000 points. Actually, it's gonna be 1,001 points.
1,001, I checked.
You checked, okay, Corey checked. It's gonna be 1,001 points. And now I get to edit through all this video, which you don't care about, but I do. Anyway, 7-3 everyone, get out there, go play with your radios.